Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, good whatever it is to wherever you are right now. Welcome back to episode 7 of our Easy Piano series. My name is Karim Kumar and I hope you are doing well today. Shout out to everybody in the chat already. AK, good to see you again. Hi, Tina. Um, I have a new instrument and we'll be in front of it today. Excellent. Finally got round to getting your Yamaha, which is good stuff. Um, any help will be welcome, especially hints at hand and wrist rotations. Oh, you're finding it hard to the stretch, your octave stretch. Okay, yeah, we can look at some stuff today with that. Maybe we'll do some quick stretching exercises. Um, Before we get started, I guess we can start with some scales and then we can look at some stretching exercises as well. Do let me know how everybody is. Don't be afraid to say hello. We're gonna jump straight into it. Let's do nice warm up. Let me put the metronome on. Low it down. Let's go to about 90. Let's warm up with scales on C major, A minor, and then G major. Right hand first, left hand, then both hands together. Very slowly. Let's take it very slowly. And 1, 2, 3, right hand and. Let's go again. And 1 and 2. Left hand, get ready. 1 and 2 and go. And again, and 1. Get ready for both hands now. And 1 and 2 and 1. And again, and 1. Thumbs together on C, contramotion. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And again, 1 and 2 and 1. Remember to breathe, relax your shoulders. Let's move over to A, right hand only, A minor. Remember we've got this raised G sharp. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And again, go 1. Switch hands, get the left hand ready on A, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And again, and 1. Both hands ready, and 1, 2, 3, 4, go. And again, 1. Let's try contrary motion on this A, both thumbs on A. Remember, this sharp is happening while nothing is happening in the right hand. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And again, 1. Very nice. Last one. Let's go to G. Right hand on G. We've got the F sharp, 1 sharp at the end. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. And again, go. Left hand now, 1. And again, 1 and 2. Let's go, both thumbs on G. Contrary motion, get ready. Actually, no, sorry, we haven't done both hands. Forgive me. Both hands, and 1 and 2 and. And again, 1 and 2. Both thumbs on G, contrary motion, 1. Remember again, this hand is going to go to the sharp while this hand continues. 1 and 2 and 1. And again, 1 and 2. Very good stuff. Maria says both hands is new to me. Did we not look at contribution? Have I just jumped a gun at some point? Let's look at those contributions again very slowly, especially the A minor and the G minor. Because I know they can be. So with the G minor. No, G. What am I saying? Let's go to A minor. Both thumbs on A. Second in your left hand is gonna, but the second in your right hand is gonna be. Only when you get to the fourth that you're gonna pair both together. Thumb under as usual. Now here, one raises and one only. Let's try that again. So both hands are going to be changing at. The only thing you have to look out for is when sharps are coming in one hand and they don't come in on the other. So again, both hands change exactly at the same time. It's a little bit easier in similar motion as both hands. And now that same position is going to be the same thing when we're on G. One hand will be in the sharp while the other hand is going to hit a white. It's going to be the same for when we get up there. The fourth hits the sharp, but the fourth on the other. Yeah. So let's try this. Yeah, I think we may have looked at this in the first. Because it is an easier movement doing similar motion scales because they change different. So just again, for those who maybe didn't see us when we done that, those are our contribution because away from both starting on the keynote versus similar motion when we go. The difference is with similar motion, we're going to be changing at different times, and versus in country mode, both changes happen at the time. However, the sharps in different positions. Hey Jess, good to see you. How you doing? How's everybody doing? Nobody said how they're doing. People have just jumped in. I hope everybody's doing well. It was snowing here earlier, and then it kind of stopped. I've been inside, so it didn't really bother me. Okay, let's go into some broken chords. We're going to look at some broken chord movements. Then we're going to jump into the Mariah Carey, and then we're going to jump. Your mic breaks up a bit. Oh, don't know what's going on. I must be having a bad technical day. Let me check it out. Let me make sure there's nothing untowards happening on the mic. Let me turn it up a bit. Anyway, hopefully that should sort it. I guess I wasn't talking into the mic properly. What am I saying? Let's do some broken chords. Let's look at some broken chords here. When we talk about broken chords, if you imagine our C major chord, the broken chord movement looks to do exactly that. It breaks the chord up. Instead of playing it all at the same time, we're going to play it in a movement like we do with our arpeggio. An arpeggio is in fact a form of a broken chord, because that's exactly what you've done. You have broken the C major chord up into movement parts. It's hot in here in Australia. Lucky for you, Emily, it's freezing over here, but I see that some people are enjoying the snow. Reese has just been busy building a snowman. That sounds like fun. Have you got some kids there with you, Reese, helping you, or are you just doing it on your own, indulging in your childhood, adulthood? All right, broken chords. Let's get to it. We're gonna do a movement like this on the C, E, G, D, like your arpeggio. Except once we've done that, we're gonna move each finger up to the finger that has played a note in front of it. So the C moves up to E, the second moves up to the G, the third moves up to the C, and this fifth moves up to the E, like that. So each, you progress up through the notes that you played before. And then move up again. Thumb goes to G, second goes to C, C goes to E, that goes to the G there. And then move it up again. And now we're at the higher octave, so we come back down. Move it all down. This is also going to help us stretch out our hands. If you can't do this octave stretch here, don't worry about holding the notes like this. Again, you want to move your wrist so you can get that. If you can get the stretch, then you can work on holding it, because that's good for your fingers as an exercise as well. So nice and slowly, let me put on the metronome. We're going to go one note per every clap, like this. Yep, and we're just going to keep progressing up. So let's take it away. And a 1, 2, 3, and 4, and up. Back down. Little finger. Let me slow it down just a little bit. Let's go again. 2 and 3 and 4 and hold the wrist and move. Always think about the next note you're going to play, where your next finger was. Back down. And again. Excellent, very good work. Let's switch hands. Let's try the left hand. Again, we're going to start with our little finger on the low C, using either 4 or 3, whichever one you do for your arpeggio. It's up to you. I'm going to use 4 finger on the E, second finger on the G, and thumb all the way at the top on the C. Again, curl your hand round if you have trouble with this stretch, but keep working towards getting that stretch. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and move it up. Keep leading with that little finger. Let's go again. Relax your shoulders, remember to breathe. Very, very, very good stuff. So I want you to be practicing that. It's that movement. Quite a useful movement when you can do it fast, because then you can do lovely stuff like that. Which is always nice to run up the piano like that. We're gonna keep going faster and faster on that as we progress through the lessons. But I don't want to take up too much time on that, because I know I took up too much time last week. So let's jump into some Mariah Carey before the time gets ahead of me. I know I promised that to Jess and I let her down. I let her down last time. All right, let me what am I doing here? Okay, that's better. All right. Mariah Carey, my all. Let's pull it up. If I remember, we got up to the chorus, but let's just recap on some of those arpeggios that we had. So let's jump in here from this chorus bit. Yes. Okay, let's look at the free play. So, let's go through some of those beginning arpeggios again. Our lovely movement starting on the C. So you remember we're going to have a nice stretch jump here. Curl your hand round, second on the G, thumb on the C, and then third over. 3, 4 to the D. All the way over to the G. 1, 2, 3, 4. G again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and C. Now this time we're going to go to F. Look at that F position. F again second. And then up to the G. Oh, sorry, no. Where does it go after that? To the B flat, of course. So when we're here, this new B flat is going to be a different type of movement here. As we had before, if you look here, instead of going to second to the thumb, we're going to go second, thumb, third is going over on this B flat, and then to the D. So instead of it going B flat to B flat, we're going to go to the 7th position, just below the B flat. Third over. Let's practice that a few times. 1, 2, 3, B flat, and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Now that type of movement happens twice. It happens when we hit the B flat, and it also happens when we're on the E flat. Exactly the same position, same type of 7th. Get your hand on the E flat, 5th on E flat, 2nd on B flat, thumb on D, and the same kind of thing. 1, 2, third over, and we finish on a G here. 1 and 2, third, nice and slowly. 1, and with your foot pedal again, hold it down for the whole arpeggio. Let's try and go through the C, goes to a D, goes to a G, down to the E. So let me show you. I'll show you first, and then we're going to put the slow metronome on and try and do a few reps around. So it's changing to 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2 and 3, 4. So our time, I'll do the time for the whole thing, and you'll hear it. Starting on the C. 1 and 2 and 3, 4, and 1 and 2 and 3, 4, and G, 2 and F, 2 and E, and 2 and 3, 4, and C, and 2 and 3, 4 to the F, and 2 and 3, 4 to the B flat, 2 and 3, 4. So let's do that really slowly. I'm going to let's get up the tune again. We will left hand only. Get rid of this right. And let's start our loop where we need it to be. Sorry, I didn't mean to do that. Loop start, loop end, 2, 3, 4. Where does that get us? Nope, that's too far away. Let me clear this. Let me play it to it. Here we go. So from here, let's get our loop 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do just 4. No, we'll do 8 bars. Loop end 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So from C goes up to D, jumps up to G, then back to C again. Now this time, instead of going up to D, we jump straight to F. And then we finish on the B flat position. Okay, so that's where we'll finish there. Okay, cool. Let's try that very slowly. Get your hands ready on the C. And 1, 2, 3, and 4, and C. To the D, and 2, and 3, 4. To the G, 1. Change it down. E. Go back down to the C again. To the F. B flat. Very nice. Let's go around again from the C. 2, and 3, and 4, and 1. To the G. Remember, G goes down, hit the A, down, and down again. To the C. To the F. Let's do it 2 more times around, then we'll add in that final E flat to the bar. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, 4. To the 1, and 2, and 1, and 2, and 1. round again. To the F. We're going to add in that final E flat now. So again, remember on that E flat position. So after the B flat, just jump down to the E flat. Greetings from the windy South Africa. Oh no, I've just taken all of that out. 1, 2, greetings to you from South Africa again, from a very snowy London. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. All right, let's take that again. 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and C. Back down on C. F. B flat. All the way down to E flat. Excellent. Let's go round again. And 2, and 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. To the F. B flat time. Very, very good. We ready to move on? Let's look at the next chords. Let me shift the loop. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've got A diminished chord coming here. And then back to the D major chord. Then that movement on the G going down. And then from there it simply goes back into the chords we had before. So let's quickly look at this A diminished chord that comes in. We've got A, C, E flat, G, and then over onto an A. A, again we can use our fourth or our third, second is on the E flat, thumb is on the G. Like that. 1 and 2 and 3, 4. And 1 and 2 and 3, 4. From there it's simply back to the D, same position that we've done before, and then we run down on the G, 1, F, E flat, and then back to the C, 1, then up to the D again, and then it finishes on the G. Let's run that whole chorus section around, including this new A chord that we've got here. We're going to run that. Oh, what have I done? Let's run that round a few times, and then we will move on to the Ave Maria before time runs out on us. Loop here, can go longer. 1, 2, 2, 2, 2, I forgot where's 14. Measure 14 is here. Okay. 13, 14. All right, good. Let's do that. Hands ready. Get ready on the seat. And 1, 2, 3, and C. Up to the D. Getting on the G, moving down. G, F, to the E flat. Back to the C. Up to the F. B flat now. Down to the E flat. Get on the new A. Very good. Down to the D. Excellent. Back to the G. Hold on the E flat. Let me make this so we get the last bit. Back to C. Up to D. And then just finish on the G at the end there. Let's go around again. Starting on C. Very nice setup. Thank you very much for that. It took a little while to put together. And C, 2 and 3, 4 to the D. Up to the F. B flat is coming. Down to the E flat is coming. To the A chord. Down to the D major. Back to the G. Hold on the E flat. Get ready to go back to our starting position on the C minor and 1. Up to D. And finish on G. How are you finding that? Should we go for it one more time again? Good morning to you, Brian. It's a lovely evening here in London right now. I hope you're having a wonderful morning. Should we do that one more time? How are you feeling with that? Or shall we look at the right hand? Oh, yes. Okay, let's look at the right hand now. Right hand over here. Oh, the pedaling. All right, let's look at, instead of looking at the right hand, because I can see that we're going to run out of time, let's look at the pedaling quickly on those arpeggios, and then we will jump into Ave Maria before I lose my mind and it all gets away from me. This hour, it just goes before you even know it. It's already flown away from you. All right, pedaling here again. Every time we start at the bottom, we hold the pedal and we can release at the top, but we go back down to sustain that top note. 1 and 2 and release down 4. 1 and 2 and release, but straight back down again. As you release, you're getting rid of this C that's being sustained. So when you hit the E, only the E sustains at the top. 1 and 2 and release back down, and 1 and 2 and release back down, and 1 and 2 and release back down, and 1 change. So here we can hold 1 and 2 and release back down. So looking at this G bit here, 1, we're releasing on the little finger, release back down, sustain, release, but then sustain again, and release, and 2 and 3 and 4. 1 and 2 and release back down, F and 2 and release back down, release and down, hold, and the E. And then to the A. So once we've got that same principle in, you're releasing every time you go over and then back down again. And every new bass note that you hit, you also want to release the sustain pedal. Bass note, bass note, bass note. Because again, the principle of the sustain is to really sustain these bass notes here, but you don't want too many of them being sustained because it causes too much dissonance and distraction within the work. So every change of the bass note is your change of your sustain pedal, but also the change of hair at the top. This is a really quick release and sustain again. If you see this, I release and sustain on the same note, and that's what you want to try and do every time you go over. So I want you to practice on that, even if you just practice on 1 and 2 and release back down, and 1, 2 and release back down, like that, very slowly. Be sure to, you can just rewatch the lesson to go over the parts that you wanted to go over. Let us move on in this last 10 minutes onto our next part of good old Maria. Good old Maria. And we had got to, if I recall, let's look at some of the right hand. We done the left hand, if I remember. So if we quickly just remind ourselves of what our left hand's doing. What software am I using? The software is called Synthesia. That's what is showing the keys coming up. And then to stream with, I'm using Streamlabs OBS. Synthesia is a free app to download for PC, for Mac, for Android, and your iPhone as well. It's a really great app to use. It is free to download, but I think you got to pay like $20 to unlock all of the software abilities within it. But I definitely would recommend downloading it and playing along to it, because you can put in your own MIDIs, you can put in your own songs, and then you can change the time of when they come down, and how they play. All right. So here, remember, we're jumping from little finger to fourth. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1. Yes, and it's MIDI coming out from the acoustic. Yeah, I've got a the electronics are fitted up to the acoustic piano, so they can talk to my computer over here through MIDI. All right, let's get these slow notes playing down. Then we will look at the right hand, and then we should have a good time. So let's just recap the left hand really quickly. 2, 3, 4. Let me bring up the double beat so we can hear it. 6. G. All the way down to the D. Then we go back to the G. Little finger on the C sharp. Up to the D. Move up to the E. Moving down, thumb on the D, and then thumb goes to the C. Excellent. Let us look at the right hand is should be relatively a lot simpler than what our left hand was doing. There is nothing happening at the beginning, so we can change that to where we come in. Where do we come? Where do we come in? Bar 7. Okay, bar 7. 6 bar 7. Good. Okay. So right hand on the G. Right hand thumb is hitting G. Second over onto F sharp. Back to thumb. And then third on the B. And we hold it on the B. And then that's enough. Second is coming on the A. Second on the A again. Second over, thumb on the E, then second back to G with our thumb. So we're going to keep this position here with our G, with our first on the G. We're going to use our second to hit the F sharp when it happens. And the only time we move our thumb again is to get to the E, but then we're thumb back on the G again. And we keep a nice shape here. And we don't go any further than this. So let's try that again. Thumb ready on the G. 2, 5 and 6 and G. Second is coming on the F sharp. Third on the B. Then hit the A. F sharp. Thumb under, then thumb back under again to the G. One more time for luck, and then we're going to try very slowly both hands together. 4, 5, 6 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5, 6 and G. Get the second ready to come. Very, very simple movements. Don't overcomplicate it. Very, very nice. Let's put both hands together very slowly. And again, don't be worried if you can't get it right now. You've always got the week to practice it in and to get it perfect. We'll just go from this top bit. In fact, no, let's not be lazy. We'll go from the beginning. What's it done? Okay. Let's go. There we go. Hand ready, left hand ready on the G. 2, 3. Little finger is jumping to fourth. And G. Changing pedal every time we hit the bass note. Change pedal. Back down again. And very low D is coming. And thumb on G. Get ready to change. Going down. Let's go round 2 more times again. Let me slow it down a little bit. And 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 1. Get ready, thumb on G, and 1. Little finger on C sharp, crossing over, back under. Crossing under, crossing back, and very, very nice. I want you to practice that section this week. Keep up the good practice. Let me ask, do you think 4 o'clock, well, the time it is now, is a better time to start than 3 o'clock? Let me know, because either or is all right for me. And I can see that a good bunch of people have joined now. So I'm wondering whether to start at 4 p.m. is a better time than starting at 3 p.m. But do let me know how you feel with that. So this week, the things we're practicing, we've got our C major, A minor, and G minor, G major scales as usual. We're going to add in the broken chord movement to practice. We're also going to add in with the left hand as well. It's better later time. Okay, all right. Well, from next week, we'll try 4 p.m. and see how that feels. And we can do that. So left hand for your arpeggio, and then also for your broken chord. I did well on the stretches, but need more practice and speed scales. Yes, we did go quite fast on the scales today, but if we keep playing them during the week, hopefully now that you've got your new lovely keyboard, Kate, you should see some great progress as you go through. So really happy that you've got a nice instrument. There's nothing like playing on a nice keyboard. There's no better feeling. What is the difference between a broken chord and arpeggio? And every arpeggio is a form of a broken chord, but not all broken chords are an arpeggio. The point of an arpeggio is that it goes up the scale and then back down the scale. So it has to ascend and descend, and it ascends in the same pattern in each octave. So that would be your arpeggio. Your broken chord breaks up the chords, but it doesn't necessarily go up and down. And it doesn't necessarily go up and down in the same... it doesn't necessarily go up and down in the same pattern. So your broken chord is just any type of... It's any way essentially that you're just breaking up the chord, but there's no necessary rhyme or reason to it. It's just literally your own rhythm, versus the arpeggio has a very set form when it goes up and when it goes down. So even if you was to do something like this, then that is an arpeggio. It's a broken chord arpeggio because it's using the same pattern to ascend and descend the chord. So hopefully that helps answer your question. Thanks, Karim. I need to practice my left hand. That's all good, Emily. We all need a bit of practice in our left hand. Normally our left hand is always going to be the weaker hand, even if you are left-handed, because most melody notes are always going to be played in the right section of the piano. Your right hand is always going to have some form of dominance. So yes, be sure to keep practicing with your left hand. I am more interested in use of the pedal. I mostly floor the sustain pedal for every song unless shorter notes are required. So again, as we said, the rule of thumb for your pedal use is to change it for every time your bass note changes. Let me turn up let me turn up my pedal sound so you can hear what happens as I'm pressing and when I'm pressing. So hopefully you should be able to hear that. Yeah. So if I'll show you when I'm changing. So for instance, if we go to the Mariah Carey. You hear that? That's me lifting and releasing on the pedal. And I'm doing it at every change in the bass note and then at the end of the arpeggio as well. So that's kind of what you want to do with it, because you don't just want to keep it down. I know for a lot of modern songs you can get away with holding it down, but to really try and get some good technique with that, you want to practice going up and down on it. A really good piece we can look at maybe as we go along is the Moonlight Sonata. That's really good for pedal work. Because again, it's getting you used to changing at every bass note. So as I say changing, as you press down and lift. So when you did you hear the lift and like the change is very quick. It's a very up down, 1 2 bam bam, like this. So that is me releasing and then down, back down. Yes, definitely. I think maybe we'll have a look at the we'll do an exercise. Yes, let's say next week we'll do an exercise on the Moonlight, because it's great for octaves and it's great for pedaling. We'll just do that first section. The bit where it gets into the main melody, this right hand on the little finger is a bit tricky. It's a lot trickier than it can seem at the beginning. So we'll take a look at that. Maybe the way I wanted to do it, I wanted to do the when we got to the key of that, then we would look at it. But maybe we should look at it next week as well. So yeah, all right, next week we'll say that we'll do some good pedal work on the Moonlight Sonata beginning, and we will finish off the Mariah Carey. We will finish off the Ave Maria, and we should have some fun. And we'll do it again at this same time at 4 p.m. UK time. But yes, I will put the live video reminder out anyway, so you guys shouldn't miss it. I hope everybody here had a great time, even if you joined in late. Don't worry. I hope everybody has a wonderful evening. Make sure you practice for the week. Stay safe, stay well, and I will see you guys next week. Much love to everybody in here. Take it easy. Bye bye now.